Control of records. Objective: to ensure that records are properly created, maintained, and controlled so they provide reliable evidence of compliance with requirements, effective operation of the QMS, and conformity of medical devices to regulatory and customer requirements. Good documentation practices, or short GDP. Records must be written in permanent ink. Use of pencil, erasable ink, or whiteout is not permitted. If a correction is required, draw a single line through the error, write the correct entry, and initial and date the change. Blank spaces must be crossed out or marked as NA to prevent later additions. Each entry must be attributable to the person making it. Only the originator of the record may make corrections. If the originator is no longer available, for example, has left the organization, the correction may be made by the process owner or designated quality representative, provided that 1. The correction is clearly explained in the record, for example, footnote or comment. 2. The correction is initialed, dated, and signed by the person making it. 3. The reason for the correction is documented to maintain full traceability. Record: identification and storage. Each record must identify process, product, date, and the responsible person. Records shall be stored in designated electronic systems or controlled filing areas. Protection and retrieval. Records must be protected from damage, loss, or unauthorized access. Records must be readily retrievable for audits, inspections, and reviews. Record retention. Record retention can get very difficult since every customer, every device, and every record related to the device has different record retention requirements. To best navigate all requirements, a record retention schedule is created. The record retention schedule considers the following items. 1. Our standard record retention guideline of 10 years. 2. The requirement that records shall be retained for at least the regulatory period, minimum 2 years past device lifetime, unless otherwise required. This is a tricky one since we do not know how long a medical device's lifetime is, especially if it is an implantable device. The record retention schedule includes the location of the record, the record retention time, disposition authority and the disposition method. The record retention schedule is established in the record matrix. Record disposition. Records past the retention date may be disposed of with Document Control Center (DC) approval. Disposal must be secure, for example, shredding for paper, permanent deletion for electronic files. The record retention, location, and disposition requirements are established in the record matrix. Record disposition. When records are approved for destruction, only an authorized shredder or approved shredding service may be used. For electronic records that have exceeded their retention period, only the approved IT department is authorized to permanently delete the files. All disposition activities must be documented and retained by the Document Control Center, DCC. Let's take a deep dive into the DMR and DHR records, two record requirements that we have to get very familiar with. the 21 CFR Section 820.181 Device Master Record, DMR, and the 21 CFR Section 820.184 Device History Record, DHR. First, the Device Master Record, or DMR. A DMR, Device Master Record, is the recipe for making a medical device. It tells what to use, materials and specs, how to build it, process steps, how to test it, quality checks, and how to package, label it so every device is made the same way. In short, DMR are the instructions to make the device. Required contents of a DMR. 1. Device specifications, drawings, compositions, formulation, components, materials, software specs. 2. Production process specifications, step-by-step manufacturing methods, equipment, environmental conditions, and work instructions. 3. Quality assurance procedures and specifications, inspections, tests, acceptance criteria. 4. Packaging and labeling specifications, approved labels, instructions for use, and packaging methods. 5. Installation, maintenance, and servicing procedures, if applicable. In simple terms, DMR, how to make the device. DHR, proof it was made correctly. Remember, good documentation practices, GDP, ensure records are clear, accurate, traceable, and compliant. One more thing. All documents and forms must be retrieved through the controlled IQMS system. Do not store forms or other controlled documents on your computer. One more time, because this is very important. Pull all forms only from the controlled document log or a location within the IQMS system. Cutting corners may save a minute today, but it can cost a life tomorrow.